And I've seen those girls in airports cry like that. And I'm like, oh, shit. What happened?
Well, and even when I was walking, actually, that's not true. I started crying before I got to the top part. So my grandparents dropped me off, and my grandma hugs me, my grandpa hugs me, which is already emotional for me because I miss those fuckers so much.
I know. I love them so much. I really do miss... I miss being able to drive to their house, which was like a couple blocks away.
Well, and even Granny,
and
she
then
was
go to
like,
see Jimmy. Like they were my stops.
She was like, I'm so happy you guys are happy. She's like, but I really miss when you guys would just stop by and you would do, little stuff with us. Like, and it broke my heart.
It rips your heart out.
And
it rips your fucking heart out.
My grandma hugs me. And then she's like, we're both trying not to cry and we're just looking at each other. And I was like, I love you. I'll see you soon. And then as I'm walking into the airport, and she asked me like 15 times, so she force feeds me before I leave her house. Then she's like, do you have money? Are you okay? And I'm like, yes, I have money. I'm good. And then she drops me off at the airport. She's like, you sure you have money? Do you need anything at all? Can I do anything? And I'm like, no, you're fine. And so I give her a hug, and I'm staying strong at this point, and I kind of tear up a little bit.
Yeah.
And then as I'm walking into the airport to go get my boarding pass, I start bawling. So I'm like vocally crying.
I just imagine you getting your pass. I'm
no joke. I'm like crying so hard. And then baby. I look over and this guy's just looking at me. Like he's just staring at me. Like so concerned. And I was like, it's fine. Like I didn't want to, like I felt like I had to be like, no one died. I'm just emotional okay. Wreck. Like, and so I finally pull it together. I'm fine. Standing in line and waiting. And I know my face is red. My eyes are puffy. It's all fucking all over the place. And then I put my shoes on. I go and sit down. So then I'm sitting there for those 5 minutes and I'm scrolling through photos. I start silently crying. And then it turns into like a full blown bawling moment. And I'm like just wiping my face like constantly. Like I can't stop. And then I texted you that picture of me just sad in the airport. And then Marty was like, do you want to talk? Thank God. Because then I talked to you.
My poor baby. That's so tough.
And then I started crying again when I was on the plane.
I think this is why I got... and I've gotten softer as I've gotten older and those kind of things. Because moving and stuff never affected me before.
Yeah.
Because ever since the first big move as a kid, like I've been physically traumatized. Like I saw this scar on my foot, and I've had that since I was 5. I got that on Judson. Like I opened the garage door and it had metal on it, and it fucking sliced my foot open. But the most traumatic thing that ever happened to me around that time was moving away from my family.
Yeah.
When we moved. For the first time, we left Redlands. I mean, like, JoJo, like, ran out to the street. She's like, no, don't take Marty away from me. And she was screaming. We were, like, 4 or 5 years old. And I'm just, like, hands on the window of the U-Haul. Like, why? Like, freaking out. It's the most traumatic thing ever. Ever since then, I was like, nah, it's not that bad. Yeah, it's just a state. It's just a house. It's all good. I'll live anywhere. It doesn't matter. But lately... It's like you cherish those relationships you have.
Yeah.
Like I would love going over there to your granny and grandpa's house and just sitting talking with them and eating dinner and stuff.
And that was the thing. Like I was just sitting on our couch and like there's been so many times, if I can explain to anyone that has this type of relationship with their grandparents, or their parents, but like my grandparents, both sides have always been like parents to me. So when I go to Granny's house, she would always feed me whatever she ate the night before because she would put together leftovers and heat them up.
Yeah. And
she was never the type to just throw something in the microwave. She always heats it up on a pan. Doesn't matter if it's pizza. In the pan. Doesn't matter if it's like a full-on dinner. Like everything always is in the pan. And
it's so much better that way.
It does. And so she heated up my pizza on the pan. And like I like.
Yeah. Cute.
And she gave me a Gatorade. And she handed me my plate. And I was sitting on the couch. She hands me it. And then she gives me a little bowl of salad with some ranch on it.
Like a little kid.
Like I felt like I was 18 all over again. Like,
You're like, yeah, I'm going to leave after this to go to the coffee shop and drink all night.
Yeah. And I would. And I remember even when you were on tour and I went over there on St. Patrick's Day, that day that I slapped someone. And she was like, she fed me chorizo burritos, remember?
Yeah.
And so I went over there for breakfast because she was like, come over for breakfast. You need a good meal before you go drinking at like 11 o'clock in the morning. And so I was like, okay. And it's just like, that takes me back to that part where it's like, I really miss this interaction. Yeah. Like having that interaction with someone that's just known me for so long.
Yeah, it's weird.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's weird the things you miss.
Yeah.
Like I really totally missed stopping in at Uncle Jimmy's house. You know, bringing a 6-pack or more.
Yeah. Depending on the deal.
Yeah, depending on the day, depending, you know, we might drink, might smoke, might listen to some music, talk about music, talk about different stuff. It was like those brief things you really miss.
Yeah.
Like I miss the desert.
Oh, I miss the desert so much. It's like, it's a weird calling, I feel like. It's a weird...
Yeah, it's weird.
It's a weird draw for whatever reason. And even when I was out there, like I did get to go to Palm Springs when I was out there with my sister.
Yeah.
And thankful for my brother-in-law for paying for really expensive massage appointments, which I really wanted to pay for. But once I heard the total... that was pretty much what was left on my card. So I was like,
no, never mind.
Just kidding. I'm going to overdraft if I pay for this. So,
you know what? You want me to get you a Fresca? Do you want to like, I'll get you some saltines?
That's what it felt like when I was like, and it was immediately after. And this is how I know sometimes that I say inappropriate jokes because I just don't care. And so the lady is like, it's going to be whatever. She says the total. And then she looks at my sister and she's like, oh, that's fine. Did my husband leave a card? And she's like, oh, yeah, it's right here. And then she's like, oh, good. He's paying for it. And I was immediately after, did not skip a beat, did not wait for a period of silence. I was just like, so I'll definitely get lunch.
You know, it's okay.
That lady probably looked at me like, you fucking poor ass bitch. Which, it's not to say that I'm poor, but I was just like, there's no way I'm paying for this. Like, I can't. And I really wanted to. I had the intent, the heart. But when I heard it, I was like, yeah, no. I was like, I'll get you $100 lunch. That's my budget.
There we go.
And kept it at 90. That's solid.
Nice. That's a good lunch.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. It was just like,
it's cute.
I love it. I love that my sister loves me. And I love that my brother-in-law can take care of my sister really and like give her everything that she wants. That's my favorite part.
That's awesome.
Because that's what I get to see where I'm like, your husband just fucking loves to shower you in what you want.
Yeah.
And that's cool.
Or like I shower you in insults to make yourself seem lower.
Yeah.
So that you're at my level.
Which Marty's a big fat liar. He's the nicest person ever.
Shut up.
I even said the joke at the dinner table because I was talking to... So that was something that I had to explain to people that they did not understand and they did not find it funny. My sister thought it was funny. My sister always thinks it's funny when it's inappropriate because she doesn't say inappropriate things as much as I do.
As much.
She still says them. And
we've all had mimosas with your sister.
Yeah, she gets real inappropriate. And so I had to explain birthdays. Like, to a point where it wasn't funny. Like, I had to be like, well, you know, Marty calls them birthdays because they were happening so less frequent than they were when we were together. And they would happen usually around his birthday. So now he calls them birthdays. And so he says, you're going to give me a birthday tonight. And they were not putting that together.
They're like, birthday.
And I was like, a blowjob. And I would say it like that because I'm like, okay, if you don't get it at this point, and I'm pointing at my crotch, like... There's how many other ways can I explain to you that my mouth is going on his crotch? Like that's so I would say birthdays. And so basically I was like, you deserve, or I told my sister, I was like, Nathaniel deserves a lot of birthdays, is what I said. And everyone was like, huh? It's her birthday. And I was like, yeah, but he deserves the birthdays.
You know what I mean?
And then, like, Nathaniel and Nicole know what I'm talking about, but no one else did. It was so awful. And then I was trying to explain those onesies that women wear. There's a onesie suit, and they snap on the crotch.
Yeah.
So they snap down there.
Bitches wear that shit. They go out like that.
But here's the thing.
It's crazy.
So I was trying to explain how unattractive they are and how they gross me out because most women are shaved down there, so they look like pretty little pink newborns. And then
look like little girls wearing onesies.
And then you put a onesie on, and at the end of the night, your husband's supposed to snap that shit off. Not attractive to me. That's
Ooh, come
creepy.
here, snap, snap.
It's weird.
That is gross.
It's weird.
Yeah.
And so I said that. I explained that at the table, and it took a minute for everyone to like burst into laughter. But I was like,
I'm not gonna lie, fucking
too far.
girl steps out, sweatpants in a minivan. I'm like, boing.
Yeah, you do. You get really turned on if I'm wearing sweats, and usually if like, yeah, you're just totally into it.
Yeah, I think it's what I can't see. It's, I don't know. There's something.
You want to get in there.
Yeah, sweaters. Oh, fuck.
You want to see what's under the layers.
Man, layers. That's why.
Layers is where the flavors.
The flavors.
Layers and flavors. There's flavors under those layers.
Yeah, nice thick sweater. Mm-hmm. Rolling out of bed.
Yeah, every time I put sweats. Every time I put sweats. And my hair's in like a weird, crazy mess. That's your turn on point.
Yeah. I probably look like a psycho to some like moms in the grocery store, and I'm like, hey. They're like, our hair's all fucked up. They're like, what do you want?
Well, that's like me when I see a welder.
What's up, mama?
I see welders and all dirty, and they look like they've just been
and you're
working on the railroad all night.
Drooling.
And I'm just like, yeah.
And they're like, sorry, ma'am. And you're like, sorry.
If they have any sort of accent and they're
talking like Matthew McConaughey.
Oh my God, I'm juicing right now.
Jesus
like
Christ.
As we're talking, my pants are soaked.
Oh man,
fucking love that shit. When I was in Texas and you would see like a real cowboy out of all the fake ones, because there's a lot of fake ones.
Yeah, I would imagine 99% of them are fake.
Oh, 100%. There was a 0.1% that you would see every now and then.
Yeah.
And those guys, so wet.
You can tell because their clothes don't fit. Like, there's a certain look. You can wear the exact same brands, but clothes fit differently when you actually do farm work.
Well, and this guy walked in, right?
Nothing's too tight.
Nothing's too tight, but you could see his ass. Like,
he's got a big old farmer ass.
Looked good.
He's picking up some heavy bells.
Normal pants on. They're a little faded at the bottom from the hard work that he's been doing.
Oh, that hard work.
And then he's got true, genuine cowboy boots on, where it's like they're boots, but they're like work cowboy boots, not cowboy boots.
This guy spent 6 hours getting ready.
No.
Trying to look like a cowboy.
This guy screamed cowboy, and I just wanted to be like, I will jump you right now.
The real telltale signs is if they light a cigarette from like they take the match and they do it off their chin, it goes.
No, there's definitely some good ones. There was all the fake ones look like really sore thumbs. They're not attractive.
Yeah, fake cowboys look weird.
They annoy me. There's one guy that had like things embroidered into his fucking denim jacket. And I was like, that's not a good look. And then I said out loud, that's the fakest cowboy I've ever seen. And everyone was like, shut up. And I was like, fuck that guy.
That's
he
the
looks
thing.
like a loser.
You know how 99% of cowboys don't even wear cowboy hats? Mm-hmm. They wear just regular baseball caps.
That's what I was about to say. When you see one with a baseball cap.
And you got to see the salt mark around the rim. Where
I always like it when it's a cowboy hat and you see the sweat rim on that.
Yeah.
Because it's seasoned.
Because that's the 1% of the
exactly.
actual cowboys. And then
I don't think you know
wears...
that I know what an actual cowboy looks like. I've had 2 walk into my office in the entirety of my my job.
You know, I come from a long line of cowboys
Well,
on my mom's side.
Like one now.
Wow, dare you? Yeah,